Call this regular meeting to order. Call roll.
Mayor Querum.
Here.
Councilmember Swanson.
Here.
Mabry.
Here.
Fabia.
Here.
Newman.
Here. Please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
With allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll get things started tonight, giving the oath of office to new police officer, Justin Shale. And Scott, I want to have you come up and take it away.
Well, good evening, Mayor and council members. Tonight I come in front of you to announce the swearing-in of the Princeton Police Department's newest officer, Justin Shale. A little bit of background on Mr. Shale. He was born in Princeton on December 6th of 1983. He went to the Princeton School District, the Bureau Valley School District, and he was also further homeschooled. In 2011, Dustin was inducted into the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society at IBCC. And in May of 2002, he received a Certificate of Criminal Justice from IBCC. Dustin completed the part-time basic law enforcement certification course in 2012, and he was employed as a part-time officer with the Princeton Police Department from 2012 to 2013. In 2013, he was hired as a deputy for the Stark County Sheriff's Department, where he worked until January of this year. Dustin currently has two children, Jet and J.C. Shale, and he resides in Wynette with his fiancée, Jennifer. Mayor Querum, council members, I am confident that Dustin will bring a good and positive work ethic to our department, and he will be a valuable asset to the Princeton Police Department. Dustin, will you please come forward?
Okay, Dustin, raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Dustin Shale,
I, Dustin Shale,
having been appointed to the office of police officer
having been appointed to the office of police officer
in the city of Princeton,
in the city of Princeton,
in the county of Bureau,
the county of Bureau,
state of Illinois,
state of Illinois,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of police officer to the best of my ability.
of the office of police officer to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Okay, and then anybody who wants to leave at this time, you exit left, or I guess right. Okay, under public comment, we're going to hear from David Doherty. David's going to present an update of the Historic Preservation Commission. Just your name.
Sure. Dave Googerty, Historic Preservation Commission Secretary. And I just have a little annual review that we put together at our December meeting that we wanted to share with you guys from last year. City Council appointed 7 new members to the Historic Preservation Commission in December of 2016. And we started meeting, regular meetings the first Tuesday of every month, January of 2017. We meet at 10 o'clock in the morning here at City Hall. Beginning in March 2017, subcommittees were established to focus on 3 preservation areas: the City Historic Preservation Ordinance, Preservation Design Guidelines, and Outreach and Education about the Commission. HPC has logged over 220 volunteer hours in 2017 planning and preparing revitalization of the historic districts. Following the 2016 community meetings and revitalization plan throughout 2016 and 17, a group of volunteers worked with Landmarks Illinois, Illinois State Historic Preservation Agency, and consultant Terry Tatum to produce an application to the National Register of Historic Places covering Princeton's North and South Main Street commercial districts. The Illinois State's Historic Site Advisory Board approved the application in October 2017, and the application now goes to Washington, D.C. for approval that is expected in the first quarter of 2018. Princeton HPC hosted a regional meeting of the Illinois Association of Preservation Commissions in May 2017. Approximately 30 regional preservation personnel and local officials attended. The main topic of this gathering was preservation and design standards of local use. In November 2017, Commissioners Keitzer and Googerty attended the National Trust annual conference called Past Forward, focusing on a variety of preservation issues affecting states and local communities. Both commissioners attended on scholarships through the Driehaus Foundation, who are also the same foundation that provided our community development grant. HPC serves the residents and council in an advisory role and has been researching effective strategies to implement preservation standards proven in other cities. Following the official designation of our National Register of Historic Places listing in 2018, we will make a recommendation to City Council for a local historic overlay zoning district to be included in Princeton's Land Development Code. We will also present a plaque program which will recognize these building owners in the historic district who have contributed to preservation movement of Princeton's historic Main Street. We will also be contacting building owners and business operators to share the many benefits and opportunities that historic designation can provide. Most importantly, the 20% tax credits for building renovations were included in the newest federal tax plan, and those are all hinging on the National Register of Historic Places, which we have already in process. So those tax rebates will exist in the future, we hope. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Robin and Brian are here as well, part of the commission. And I noticed that Princeton is, we're next up on the list for, I think you do it alphabetically, but I think we're next up on the list to be considered. So hopefully we'll hear soon on the national list of historic places. Okay. Any other public comment? Okay, we'll go to approval of minutes. We'll go to Councilmember Newman.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from our regular council meeting on Tuesday, January 2nd, 2018.
Second.
Motion's been second. Any comments, corrections? Call roll.
Councilmember Swanson,
Pass.
Mabry,
Aye.
Fabia,
Aye.
Newman,
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye. We'll go to the approval of invoices, and we'll go to City Clerk Nelson.
Okay, tonight in the Department of Accounts and Finances, we have bills for this period totaling $157,444.96. In the Department of Streets and Public Improvements, we have bills totaling $81,913.39. In the Department of Public Safety, we have bills totaling $182,503.68. And finally, in the Department of Public Property and Utilities, we have bills totaling $662,466.22. Mayor, all council members present have confirmed their reviews of all invoices and now are submitted for disposition.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the invoices as presented.
Second.
Motion's been second. Any comments or corrections? Call roll.
Councilmember Swanson,
Aye.
Mabry,
Aye.
Fabia,
Aye.
Newman,
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye. We have no regular business tonight, so we're going to go right to City Manager report.
Thank you. So I have the monthly financial report that we've been working with Butterback and Amen to prepare, and then we'll do this on a monthly basis. This one is through November of 2017. Starting in February, that one will go through January. So we'll always just be the month prior. This one's 2 months just because it took us some time to get the information together. So I'll just go over a few of these pages. If you have any questions, please let me know. So starting on the second page of this report, we have the general fund, the enterprise funds, which make up our water, sewer, electric, then garbage, cemetery, economic development, TIF, and other, which is broken out a little bit later. But it shows the month-to-date, year-to-date, what we budgeted, and then also next month we'll include a percent of budget so that we can see what percent we have spent year-to-date. So all funds You'll see revenue and expenditures come in at different times. General fund, the biggest revenue is going to be property tax. Well, this month, obviously, we've already received those, so it shows a deficit, but year to date, we have more revenue than expenses in there. If you go to the next page, this kind of breaks it out into the general fund revenue and expenses. Once again, you can see it month to date and then year to date. So year to date, our revenue does exceed our expenses so far, and hopefully we can stay within our budget. Then we have the same for electric fund, water, garbage, and so on. So then, the page that kind of summarizes all of it, if you go to page 6 of 11, you'll see the graph that shows year-to-date expenses versus budget. The one that probably sticks out, and I'll make a note on that real quick, is administration. Shows the year-to-date expenses are extremely high, but that is not accurate. We had the transfer station sale that was expense to administration when we moved it to a sale of assets, so it's showing up as an expense, but it was not. We'll get that corrected before next month. So everything year-to-date is below budget, so you have 2 pages that show that for the enterprise funds and then the general funds. And then on the last page, or not the last page, sorry. Then we have the sales tax on page 9. So this shows from 2014 to 2017. This does include December because we had those numbers in there when we were putting this together. December 2017 was down just around 4,000 compared to 2016. But overall, year-to-date, we're still more in 2017. And then on the page 10, this shows our cash and investments. One thing I will note, this is for November. All of our debt, most of our debt payments are paid in December and June. So our consolidated balance looks like a lot, but next time you see this report, that will be significantly down just because of those debt payments. And then on the last page, we have our police and fire activity report. I'll just go over those quickly. UCOM had a total incoming calls of 548. The fire department had total calls of 187, 5 of those being fire, 170 being EMS, and then 12 other. The police department responded to 414 calls. They patrolled just over 11,000 miles. They handled 183 service calls. There were 77 arrests and warrants and 17 accidents handled. So if there's anything else, we'll also add hotel motel tax on the next report and those percents, and we'll keep tweaking it as we go. But if there's anything else you'd like to see included on these reports, or if you have any questions, please let me know.
One note on the sales tax, those run about 2 months behind, so those December numbers are actually for October sales roughly, and October sales are roughly August sales.
Rachel, how about our building report, like building permits? When do we see that? We've seen that in the past, what, once a month?
We'll make sure we include that in here, and Pete has kept up with that, I know. I just forgot to include it.
That would be great.
So we'll do that,
We're always
yeah.
confused when we see some new houses under construction or some big building permits for commercial.
We'll report that one house next meeting.
Kind of where we ended up, in the 2017 one.
We'll include that.
We'll have a report next time.
Any other comments, questions? Thank you, Rachel. I don't have anything tonight, so any old business?
If I could, Mayor, I know the city of Princeton, we commended them for the work, the employees with the water leak, and then of course we had the same area, had sprung another water leak the next weekend. So again, kudos to the city employees who were out 2 weekends in a row, and I know that's going to be an expensive fix between the cold temperatures and the just weekends and things like that. I'm sure that wasn't in our budget, but I'm sure that's going to be a $15,000 fix by the time we're all done renting equipment and stuff. But again, thank you to the employees for fighting that water leak 2 weekends in a row. And it just seemed like Murphy was working against us on that certain project. So.
And I'd also like to point out the sanitation department. They a lot of times get thrown in with the street department, and that's not fair to them. So I want to throw kudos out to the sanitation department, because they are out, they get out at about 5 o'clock in the morning on these cold winter mornings, and the wind and the snow and everything, and they don't stay home. And so thank you to them. Any other old business? Any new business? Any public comment? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn adjourn this meeting and go on to executive session and then to our next regular meeting.
I'd like to make a motion that we adjourn this regular meeting and then convene an executive session under Illinois statutes to discuss the setting of a price for sale or lease of property owned by the public body. The next regular meeting of the City Council will be on Monday, February 5th at 7 p.m. here at City Hall.
Second.
Motion's been second. Call roll.
Councilmember Swanson,
Aye.
Mabry,
Aye.
Fabia,
Aye.
Newman,
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye. This meeting is adjourned, and thank you all for attending.